What's up, the John Squad? This is John Pilling here, your YouTube World Heresy Champion here on YouTube, and I'm coming to my WWE Monday Night Raw review for February 4th, 2019. So let's do this, shall we, the John Squad? So, we kicked off WWE Monday Night Raw with Stephanie McMahon and Becky Lynch, and so Stephanie McMahon talks to Becky Lynch and wants her to see the medical staff so she could be cleared to fight Ronda Rousey at WrestleMania. So she wants her to be seen by the WWE doctors, otherwise she cannot compete at WrestleMania. So Becky tells her about the struggles and stuff like that. So then Stephanie says she has no force but to suspend Becky Lynch. So Becky Lynch attacks Stephanie McMahon, and so then security comes out and has to get Becky Lynch off of Stephanie. So then that's what they do, and then Becky Lynch hits the and the referees come out too, and then Becky Lynch hits the security, and Becky Lynch goes after Stephanie again, and they finally get her off of her, and that's what happens to end that segment. So the first match we had on Raw was Ronda Rousey versus Liv Morgan, and the winner was Ronda Rousey. After the match, Ronda Rousey gets on the mic and challenges Sarah Logan to a match. So then the second match on Raw was Ronda Rousey versus Sarah Logan, and the winner was Ronda Rousey. After the match, Ruby Riott was thinking about going into the ring to challenge Ronda Rousey, but she runs away and backs down. So nothing we can't do there. So the third match on Raw was a four-way corners match to get a shot at the Raw Tag Team Championships. We had Heavy Machinery versus Lucha House Party. Lucha versus the B Team, go, versus the Revival. And the winner was, and gets a Raw Tag Team Championship title shot, is none other than the Revival. That is right. So then, we go on to Kurt Angle, who addresses his future, and he talks about his accomplishments and talks about that when he was the GM of Raw, he gave every single star an opportunity, and talks about the past and talks about his few matches he had, and says about and talks about his opponents that he's faced, and knows that he cannot defeat him, and that he cannot defeat Father Time. But then all of a sudden is that Baron Corbin comes out and talks to Kurt Angle and tells him that he was supposed to make matters, not to be in he was supposed to make matches, not to be in them, not to be in them. So he's supposed to make matches as a GM, not to be in them. So that's what he says. So then Drew McIntyre comes out and he talks to Kurt Angle. And so then Corbin and Drew go to the ring and try to go and attack Kurt Angle. But then all of a sudden Braun Strowman comes out and he saves Kurt Angle from almost about to get attacked. So then to save Kurt Angle from getting attacked, Drew McIntyre and Corbin both run away as Braun Strowman attacks Baron Corbin, and Kurt Angle as Braun Strowman attacks Drew McIntyre, and Kurt Angle attacks Baron Corbin, and that's what happens in that segment, and they both run away. So another match on Raw was an Elimination Chamber qualifying match for the Tag Team Women's Elimination Chamber match. For the Tag Team Championship Women's Elimination Chamber match we had was Sasha Banks and Bayley versus Nikki Cross and Alicia Fox, and before the match even started here, Nikki Cross and Alicia Fox attacked Bayley and Sasha Banks before the match on top of the stage. So then, and then the winner was of this match was Sasha Banks and Bayley. Boston Hug Connection. That is right. So the fifth match on Raw was Jeff Jarrett versus Elias, and before the match started, Road Dogg and Jeff Jarrett sing a song, and I really love their singing the songs. It's pretty funny like that. So then the fifth match was Jeff Jarrett versus Elias, and the winner was Elias. But then after the match we had was Road Dogg does his usual thing, like the DX thing, and then Jeff Jarrett hits Elias in the back with the guitar, and that's what happens to end that whole entire segment. And the next match we had on Raw was Finn Balor versus Bobby Lashley, but then Bobby Lashley says that if he can beat Lio Rush, he doesn't want to face Finn Balor, so he says that if he can beat Lio Rush, he can get a shot at the Intercontinental Championship if he can knock him off. So then we had Finn Balor versus Lio Rush, and the winner was Finn Balor. That is right, the winner was Finn Balor. That's right, he defeated Lio Rush. And that match was great too. So then we had a moment with Bliss, and Alexa Bliss brings out her guest, and it is EC3. That is right, EC3. Alexa Bliss asked C3 a question about what brand he wants to choose. EC3 was going to answer that question until none other than Nia Jax and Tamina interrupt, and she says no one cares, and Nia Jax talks about entering the Men's Royal Rumble, and then she talks about qualifying for the Elimination Chamber with Tamina, and then she brags about that. So then the next thing you notice is that Dean Ambrose comes out and talks to Nia Jax, and then Nia Jax gets upset at Dean Ambrose for interrupting her. That's what happens there. So then Dean Ambrose asks EC3 questions, like saying like "Who are you?" and stuff like that. So then finally EC3 had enough, and he punches Dean Ambrose. So the next match on Raw was EC3 versus Dean Ambrose, and the winner was EC3. That's right, the winner was EC3. The main event we had on Raw was Kurt Angle and Braun Strowman versus Drew McIntyre and Baron Corbin, and the winner was Drew McIntyre and Baron Corbin by disqualification due to Braun Strowman attacking Baron Corbin because Braun Strowman wasn't the legal man in the match. Because Kurt Angle and Baron Corbin were the legal men two in the ring. So as what happens here is Braun Strowman he goes after Baron Corbin and attacks him. So then Drew McIntyre Claymore kicks Braun Strowman into the WWE Universe, into the crowd, and then Drew McIntyre and Baron Corbin go after Kurt Angle and they attack him. Then they bring us steel steps into the ring. You know, one half of the bottom of the steel steps into the ring. They were going to take out Kurt Angle and slam him onto the steps until the Monster Among Man, Braun Strowman, saves Kurt Angle, saves him, and then Braun Strowman slams Drew McIntyre, choke slams him onto slams Drew McIntyre onto the steel steps. Then he gives one to Baron Corbin, slams him onto the steel steps, and that's what ends WWE Monday Night Raw with Braun Strowman and Kurt Angle standing tall. But other than that, Drew McIntyre and Baron Corbin were the winners of the main event by DQ. So anyway, once again, the John Squad, please like this video. Leave your comments down below what you thought about this WWE Monday Night Raw. Leave your comments down below and subscribe for more. Once again, the John Squad, you mean a lot to me. You're all champions on this channel when you subscribe. And I love each and every single one of you all. Peace out, the John Squad. And don't forget to tap that bell on YouTube app so you never miss out on my videos. Peace out, the John Squad. I love you guys.